Good morning. This is Matthew Lindsay and Alecia. Today we're coming to you, talking to you about the Matt and Alecia Show.
Yeah.
So we're here with Precision Home Group. We come to you every Friday to talk to you about business, life, and marriage. So today, Alecia and I wanted to talk to you guys about routines, about how we utilize routines to win more in life and business. And before we start getting into why you should do that, how you can do that, the differences, and being really transparent with how I operate on routines versus how Alecia does, and the differences there, I wanted to talk about routine and how that is actually living a life on purpose. If you're living, and feel free to jump in, Alecia, but if you're not living a life full of routines and the discipline needed to do that, you're kind of just taking life on as it comes. There's no real plan, no strategy in place to handle and correct and control life. You're just letting it happen.
Right, so you kind of get pushed around if you don't have those routines. You're not deciding, or even if it's not a routine, if you're not deciding beforehand the things that you're doing, you'll just handle a bunch of fires. And when you're handling fires, you feel like you got beat up at the end of the day. That's just kind of how I feel when I haven't set a plan and then made that happen.
Exactly.
And things will come up, but like obviously you want to make sure that most of your day that you're in charge of it and not like other things that are coming up and being piled on you.
Exactly. And so if you don't have a routine in place, if you don't have something in place that you're following, you are giving somebody else the control of your time and of your life, whereas you are not holding that to yourself. So that's why I really like routines. That's why I'm really structured and why I like a lot of discipline in my life, because then I can control and dictate what it is that I'm going to be doing at certain amounts of time and how long things take. You know, and once you start doing that, you're going to start to realize how quick you can get things done, how soon you can get things done, how big problems that used to be big problems to you are now just opportunities or no big deals. So that's kind of our take on routines, and that's why we wanted to talk about it today and why we feel it's so important.
Yeah, so I want to back up for a moment. We have, even though we're together, we work together, we live together, we have different routines, and that's okay. Everyone does different things at different times of day. Some people are morning people, like Matt. Some people are not morning people, like me. But I still make it through the day.
Yeah, and we still make it work between us. Like Alecia said, you know, she's more of an evening person, I'm more of a morning person. I believe that you can change that. I believe that with the right amount of discipline and with the right purpose behind that, you can change anything.
You can't change anything, but I would say that there's also biological components to that too. Some people's circadian rhythms are at different times of day, and therefore, even if they wake up at 5 a.m., they might not be as functional. Like, sure, you can get up, but you might be a zombie.
And so it just takes that repetition and practice. And so what we're trying to talk to you about today is, you know, even though we're on different routines, we still have the same routine throughout most of the day. You know, we still start work at the same time every day. We still have the same work schedule. We still have the same schedule for everything else. There's just little slight variances and differences. So, you know, we talked about myself being a morning person. I'm up usually 5 or before, heading to the gym, getting things done. And then after that, you know, getting ready for the day, hitting work, and we're all both here about 8:30 in the morning. You know, Alecia doesn't operate the same. She goes to the gym in the evening, so there's differences there, right?
Yeah, so alongside that, just kind of back to preparing and having your routines every day, you want to make sure that you know what you're doing the day before. So if you stumble into work in the morning and you're like, what am I going to do? Those are usually the days that I don't do super well, because I'm still searching and putting out fires and doing things that aren't super efficient with my time, because I'm just like searching, you know, whatever comes in my inbox, I'll just take care of it then. And that's not the way that things get done usually.
Yeah, and so it just goes back to that preparation, back to I'm controlling my time, my life, by putting myself on a routine, and then having the discipline to staying on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think that it really helps in all aspects of life, you know, whether that's marriage or business, and any other place, because, you know, we can have structured date time.
Right.
You know, for the marriage, structured routines for, hey, this is time we set aside just for Alecia and I to have quality time with each other.
Yeah, so I would like to kind of take a step back. Matt wasn't always this way. I mean, like, he's always had a lot of discipline, but in terms of like scheduling date nights, that was like, he's like, why do we need to schedule a date night? We will go on a date when we feel like going on a date. But as you get more busy, like, if you don't schedule that time, you just don't make it happen. And even if you're not busy, if you don't schedule a time that's gonna like that you're actually gonna do that thing, you'll just put it off. Like, I can do it tomorrow. I can do it tomorrow. I can do it tomorrow. And then things don't get done, and then you're unhappy because you don't get things done. So,
because at the end of the day, if you don't schedule something, something will take up that time.
Exactly.
Something will. So do you want that something to be productive, and to, you know, push you more towards success, or do you want that something to be kind of white space and just distract you and take you away from that success? So that's another reason.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about some of the struggles that go along with just like having a routine. So it's really easy to be tempted to say like, oh, I'm just gonna skip it today. I'm just gonna like not do this one thing, whether that's go to the gym, drink enough water, wake up on time. It's really easy to say, hey, you know what, I deserve a day off. And then it's really easy to say that again the next day, and then you get out of your routine, and then you just have you basically lose control of the things that are happening because you basically lied to yourself. You told yourself, I'm going to do this thing, and then you're like, oh, I haven't gone to the gym in a month. No, my bad.
And the further you get away from your routine, the easier it is to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So thanks for jumping on here today, guys. I really appreciate you watching. I really appreciate you continuing to jump on and watch. And so if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or feedback, make sure you drop those in the comments below. Send us a direct message or reach out to us at any time, 907-302-1011.